All right, I'm gonna try it again. I don't know. They're gonna cut me off again. They're cutting off everybody. They're they're cutting off everybody. They're like just taking down material like nothing. Not even bother to nothing. So before they cut me off, I just want to remember this. Uh, I don't know for future. So I was watching the Philippe Matthews shows, the Philippe Matthews show about well he had some ex cop, and this ex cop believed that it's because whites and Asians and some Latin Americans like the ones in Los Angeles, which is you know I guess they're talking about Mexicans, right? So yeah, there's a sector of white Mexicans in the exactly the east and the west coast. You know, I don't know how fascist they are in the west, but definitely in the east. In the east, that's like neo Nazis. Like I mean, hardcore, and they have a lot of interest to be watching. I mean, they're white. They're white. I mean, it's like it don't matter if it's Mexican, Chinese, whatever. White is white, and that's something that we just forget about. And even as a transsexual woman, they always put out when they talk about transsexualism, which is a medical condition. They put out all these white, not even transsexuals, because they call themselves transgender. If they're calling themselves transgender, they're telling you that they are not human, because humanity only comes in men and women. So right there, trying to not trying to, I don't know, they are doing it. Creating a whole new gender or a whole new whatever. It's not like it's gonna be like Israel, like the fake state of Israel, that um, just immediately was put on steroids, even before it was born. It had already like you know big uh, big power behind it. So this other division, it's gonna start like that, and it's gonna be having the same colonial system. You know, the white transgenders at the top, and the black transgenders at the bottom. It's like even in our own families, we recreate colonial dynamics. Why? Because we don't invest in a deep, thorough decolonization process of the mind. The mind needs to be like detox. Everybody's talking about colonic irrigation and stuff like that. Of course, that help. As above, so below, and as below, so above. I don't know. I don't know. I think it is. I mean, if it's an equation, if it is an equation, it gotta be exactly the same on both sides of the equal sign, right? That's the whole thing, and at least in the third dimension, which is where we are right now, until I guess we get upgraded. And yeah, everybody is very excited about winter solstice and summer solstice and stuff. But I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get distracted. So if that's true, what this cop was saying, like I said, the Matthew, uh, Philip Matthews show. Yeah, it's Matthews. Yeah, I thought it was Matthew. No, it's Matthews. So sorry. I'm like cuckoo. Um, no, but if that is the case, so is that what they call a paradigm shift? Is that it? Um, because if that's it, I think shit's gonna get a lot harder, and for everyone, because if these people fall, from the caste system, echelons, whatever, if they fall, so the competition at the bottom is gonna be like shit. It's like if it was fish, you know, like I don't really know much about it, but we all heard about bottom feeders. So if it's gonna have like millions more bottom feeders, shit, it's gonna get interesting. And I'm being white. I'm being white because that's what they say. Oh, interesting. Every time they fuck everything up and commit mass genocide, they just call it interesting. That's very interesting history part of it. That's a interesting part of history, period of history. Yes, very interesting. To them, everything is interesting. We know that. We know that because no way of them to get in the spiritual realm, to get in the anyway, I'm not gonna get that. So I just wanted to say that. And I just discovered a few minutes ago this channel, the Uncanny Truth Teller. I only watched like 8 minutes. That was it. I was like, wow. It's just very, very simple, very clear, very concise, and he just break it down, and just like talk about, like Jamaicans, who, I mean, numbers don't lie. This is why we cannot do like spirituality or anything without science, without history, without, this is why there was no divisions, before the whites destroyed everything and compartmentalized everything. So there was no divisions because they know everything gotta be guided, gotta be informed by science and everything. So the numbers, like in Jamaica, bleaching skin products. So like right away in just a few seconds, just like he said it like, and you think there was marching, protesting or whatever it was. Don't call it riots, some people protests, whatever you want to call it. Um, I just call it a missed opportunity. Sorely missed opportunity, and like just in Latin America alone, I mean, like millions and millions of Latin Americans that finally saw it with their own eyes, and they see that the crackers was lying all along, and you were like not prepared, not prepared a lot at all, and it's time to think about that investing in a humongous department or whatever you want to call it, branch of that is dedicated solely to diplomacy. As a black nation, you gotta have diplomatic relationships. There's no effing way. I mean, I've been here like more than 30 years in the United States, so, but I never forgot the connection to the land, and I'm never like, for me, it was just, the border crossed us. We did not cross the border. So, I find that to be very vicious. People who call us illegals, because that means that you're a sociopath, just like the damn crackers, that you don't even recognize basic human rights, of people of the land. And yes, all not all, but a big part, have been interrupted with this holographic DNA that, people, that you're seeing a fucking hologram, uh, but you still wanna believe. So it's like I say, it's two-part equation. You know, um, one, the system, who definitely, um, it just go focus entirely in proximity to whiteness, and that you have a lot of millions and billions of people, constantly checking, and it's like, how can I climb up that ladder? And time again, their solution is to just you know integrate until they disappear, completely disappear into whiteness. And most of the times they don't even realize that they're doing it, because it's so natural now. It is so natural that it just gonna be like, because it's intergenerational. This running away, escaping. Talk about runaway slaves. So I feel like that's an identity that got really stuck in there. And even in Latin America, even in the amongst the palest of the palest, they still running away. And they just see the freaking children. They're like fucking ghosts, and they still want to go wider and wider, and they don't they don't even know how can they do it. It's just like a cancer, end up eating the host or the hostess. That's how stupid this shit is. Like, just eat away, eat away, eat away, eat away until oh, oh shit, that was my home. That's how. But at any rate, check out that channel. I thought I was really blown away. I was like, wow. So you're gonna tell me that I mean, of course, it's like, everybody gotta come out and protest and make signs and shit, because, I mean, they just saw how, like, Bernie Sanders used, a couple of pictures to build his entire freaking presidential campaign twice, twice. I still don't know why he resigned. Why he left the race, the rat race. I still don't know. I don't know. That's like I say. I'm gonna Google it. Yeah, Google it. Oh, I hate that. You see how brainwashed we are? Now we think like doing our own, just to do our research. We gotta have them in the equation. Just crazy, crazy madness, complete madness. So, um, I mean, and the other thing I was watching tonight, because I went to bed early, so I woke up like around almost like 1:30 in the morning. So, I saw they was talking about that documentary. That documentary, I haven't mentioned it. Sankofa. There's a new documentary. Oh shoot, that is like, and it's a young director. He's young, but what I really hate about it is just like, you know, everybody behind that film seemed to be white. I'm like, oh gosh. I mean, how can you be, this documentary, they use so much the Honorable Malcolm X. They use him like, even Dr. Umar Johnson, it do like a, like a cameo, segment, I don't know if you can say that in this case. No, but I mean, yeah, it's just how crazy that is. Like I just say that, doing your research. I just associated research, truth. I associated the truth with the the what's it called, the merchants of lies. So it's like it's like you know doing your experiment in a glass. And the freaking glass is filthy, and you think your research, just experiments, you're like whatever shit. It's like, no, this is it. This is it. Why? No, look, I did it, yeah, but you did not count it that the glass is freaking disgusting. You know, the glass was not washed, sterilized before. So therefore, you know, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. I don't think that's the right analogy. I don't know. So, oh my god. Um, I don't know why they haven't got me on. They're asleep. Yeah, right. The algorithm is asleep. I don't know. And it's like Facebook. I think it getting hacked. When was it, like a week ago or something like that? I just want to share. I just share shit over there. Articles and stuff. You can use it as the way I use email. Send myself articles and shit, and then they erase it. They go through your email. Shit, they go through your email. I had so many emails just vanish. You can do the experiment, like, and I don't know, and just do like um like a CC or something, to another email of yours, and you'll check a couple of years later, see if they match, and to see if they match the other account. Anyway, so yeah, that is something that I feel like it gotta be point out. The lack of preparedness, and just that, um you get the spotlight, and just like, shit, how long that's gonna last. And And the good thing is that this time it was not like a media spotlight, like like corporate media spotlight. It was just kind of more unfiltered. It was kind of more like like you like a me, like I spent like six nights up awake. Yeah, I was awake because I wanted to check what was going on in the streets. I wanted to know, and it was just very, very horrific what I saw. I was like, shit, crackers running wild, but Professor Black told us, that Europeans love the martial laws and curfews and shit like that because they're the only ones who can be outside. They're the only ones who can be outside. It's a curfew, whatever. Not for them. Not for them. I mean, but at this time, I saw there was, they had like a different orders, because, there's been a lot of divisiveness, or let's say like a little bit more than usual. It's like they're starting to believe that this is a final showdown. Um, between the ones that, um, you know, I mean, let's say it's two secret societies, right? So, one believe that, absolutely not. Population gotta be suppressed, um, to a manageable, um, amount, right? You just like, there's no effing way. And the other ones say like, well, it's just, we have technology, we have like this, but they realize that shit is dangerous as long as, social media is out. Social media can be manipulated very easily. I mean, if you know what you're doing and if you have the budget and the team to do it too, I will suppose. Well, it's not 100%. It is not 100%. It's not like the gun or the whip, the whip crackers, and shit like that. That had, it's not 100% proof either. But it was like the rates was very much lower. So that's one of the things I see. I see they're taking a lot of risks. Um, like the one with the General Soleimani, um, the assassination. That was a big risk, you know, but at the same time, I don't think it was because they do have they spend trillions of dollars in intelligence, throughout the world. I mean, it's more than, I don't know, 180 something military bases throughout the world. Well, that right there, it's just like, what, because what's military these days? Military is no guns. Military is viruses. Military, it's computer. I mean, it's software. Today's military is software. It is, so much shit, that guns and bombs are like not obsolete, but they're still, but they're not used. What is used every day, what is being, put to the tools, of every day, that is psychological. That's the psychological, So in this documentary, Sankofa, it is just it just gets it's so short, but it got really good. I mean, it's obviously you can tell they put some budget in the editing. I mean, that's now documentaries. Unfortunately, they they have to rely a lot of in editing because they're making us very visual, and so yeah, because they know that's how they can the eyes are our portal. The eyes are a portal to our bodies. It's like a wound, right? Our eyes are like wounds. So it's a lot of shit is easier to get to filtrate through. I'm just gonna keep it at that. I just wanted to say that mostly for me. I don't know. I don't think now. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I question if there's people who have the attention spam sometimes, if they exist. I don't know. Might There might be, but it's a lot of fast forwarding, a lot of like. But we have to like, um, well, we know already when shit's meant to be, it's meant to be. It's like no matter what, no matter what. I mean, it's like especially like with death. You see like people who survived like so many unsurvivable shit, and then they die from so it's like you go like what, and then just like that's unbelievable. They die from I don't know. I'm not gonna stick with a cold, and we know it's not that innocent anymore. I mean, like not the way we treat it. Or let's say, eating a sandwich, choke on a sandwich, shit like that. Just I don't know, I don't know. Anyway, have a good day, everybody. I think it's the weekend. It got so cold overnight. I can't believe it. I can't believe how cold it was. I thought it was like, is that the fan? I woke up. Is that the fan? No, the fan was soft. The fan was off, and the wind again. Yeah, it's coming from the window. Oh. Wow, 27 minutes, 28 minutes almost. Good day or good night.